Okay, so we're gonna do a little behind the scenes for my song called Safe Silence, which came out on March 20th. I have Gabe here, who did all of the production stuff.
Hey y'all, so this is what the session looks like in Logic. These are the drums, the snaps. This is the bass, played by Camille, fabulous bassist in our band Break for Snakes. This is the rhythm guitar that Remi played. Here are the lead vocals. You'll see there's 2 layers again, so if you listen closely in the final recording, it's easy to hear that the 2 layers aren't always like perfectly in tune with each other.
I share your veiled pain gladly. But it adds a little crunch.
Yeah, it's called double tracking, super common thing. This was actually our first time trying it. This here is the lead guitar that comes in there with the breakdown, and Remi played that one too. Here it is with the vocals. So cute, I love that. It's such a good melody. Oh, this side didn't open these up yet. This is the ambient vocals, and it's Remi's voice again.
That was my favorite part of the process too, was writing those. I think I recorded them myself in like GarageBand just to write the part.
Gives Remi a chance to do some of her like choral singing.
But yeah, basically that like the whole project is pretty small. Part of that is that we're pretty new to this, but it's also kind of the point. Both of us have minimal sensibilities, I think, just because we're classical guitarists first. Like that's how we started. I don't know.
Very humble.
Yeah.
Humble recording, I would say.
That's the vibes.
Yeah, on that note.
Just, I guess, some background about how I decided to write the song, because even though this is the first single, it really is quite different from a lot of the other things I've written and the other things that will come out. Because I kind of tried to base it off of a band. They're called the Walters. They're kind of a throwback band, you know. That's kind of what I was going for, chill vibes. So this is Fancy Shoes by the Walters.
Like my fancy shoes, I wore them just for you.
So even though I just have Gabe here, we also had some other mixing help from our dear friend Cole McLeod.
Yeah, Coley.
Gabe's bromance is with this man. He's in our band also with Camille, Break for Snakes.
He also played the drums.
He played the drums and mixed the drums.
He like processed them all in his own computer, but yeah, I think the drums sound really good.
Yeah. We had him blend kind of quiet too. Yeah. That's kind of part of the vintagey feel is quiet drums.
Yeah. Right here. Anyway,
it's the things we listen for.
Go Cole. There were a couple things that we did in the post-production, the mixing, that I thought were kind of cool and like noteworthy. So one of those would be with the ambient vocals. Yeah, they already sounded really good raw here. Actually, I'll play them without any effects. This is just Remi's voice. Nothing wrong with it. When we first recorded these and showed them to some people like 2 years ago now or something,
yeah,
everyone commented on the ambient vocals and was like, oh, what are those? You know, it's sort of hard to tell sometimes that it's a voice. And Cole in particular thought it was like a keyboard sound, like a pad. I was like, oh, that's really interesting. You know, maybe we should actually like embrace that to make it even less clear what it is. So what I did was I sent a copy of it over here to this thing. Basically, this is emulating the speaker cabinet of like these old school organs that had these like rotary cabinets where you can see this like rotating thing.
It feels like it's oscillating.
So here is what that sounds like just by itself. So then like blended back in. Yeah. So that was super fun.
The last thing that we did, which I had never heard of, but apparently is a thing, called
reamping. Reamplifying.
Gabe bought a microphone recently.
It's called a lo-fi microphone. Basically, it sounds bad on purpose.
It sounds vintage.
Vintage, yeah. Like, it sounds old. not bad. It actually sounds really good, but
Right.
it sounds more like a gramophone or something like that.
Yeah.
We put that microphone, the lo-fi microphone, in front of one of my speakers and played the mix out of that speaker and then recorded it with the microphone, just to like lend the character of the microphone to the mix.
The whole thing.
The whole thing, yeah. Here is what that sounds like by itself.
like we always do with you.
So it obviously sounds very cool, but like hard to hear any clarity and not something that you would just have on its own. So we layered it in, and then it's like at a pretty low level, and then it kind of jumps up at the end when the last verse comes in.
Yeah, Remi had the idea to make it louder. So like the end of the breakdown section, you'll hear it get louder as it's going into the last verse.
My dear friend, although I do try.
Yeah, so obviously it got a little bit louder, so then it's going to be more apparent in the whole mix.
Of course, I was all for just leaving it at a really quiet volume the whole time and never
Yeah.
changing it.
But then I was like, no one's going to actually be able to tell anything.
Yeah, Remi was like, you know what? This
Which-
is too subtle.
Now we're explaining it, so, but yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I think that was like very much the final touch.
Yeah.
The lo-fi layer that we did there, because before that, it sounded really good, but super modern.
So yeah, I mean, all this to say, like, the song in general is it's supposed to be just chillin', like, it's supposed to be relaxed and give the feeling of just, like, being able to just chill. So hopefully that's what comes across.
I think so.
Well, that's good.
You got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening. I hope that you are enjoying it, streaming it, all the things.
And stay tuned for Remi's next single.
Stay tuned.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you so much.
How do you want it to end? Because that was awkward.